Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, a Reaction to Amoeba podcast. 15 plus this time, maybe skewing a bit older.
No.
I am Brandon.
I'd say any 5-year-old can see this. It's fine.
I am Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-host, Brandon Balinger.
Not sponsored by an energy drink this time.
Oh, with our episodes being so out of order for gaming, that joke will not make any sense.
If you watch the stream, you'll know.
And also with us, Ray Stokely.
Sometimes I wish I was a motorcycle.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
I think he's referencing the anime.
Yes.
I mean, alright. Okay, you know what? Fair. Fair enough.
Since he does have an idea of what we're doing this time, since this is part of his recommends list.
Yep, this was an Orion choice.
Yeah.
I can understand completely why.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny.
Brandon, Ryan, did you hear? Zatch Bell is getting a sequel.
Really?
A sequel or a continuation?
To the best of my knowledge, the title of the upcoming manga, written by the same guy, is Zatch Bell 2.
Damn.
I don't know how that would work. Like, given how that series, at least in the manga's situation at least, ended, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
Because it ended pretty cleanly. Like, there were no real loose ends. You'd have to start something from the bottom up again.
Yeah, I think it's just been announced with not too much information about it out now.
I mean, the other option would be like, but then that means Zatch failed in what he was planning to do, which was to stop the whole Momoto War thing, or the Demon War thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you could do another 1,000 years later, and now we have another one, but then that means Zatch never managed to do what he set out to do from the start. He's also been crowned the strongest one that there is, like, period, full stop, so what's the challenge to him now?
Well, I guess we're going to have to read Zatch Bell 2 when it comes out.
It's aliens. Aliens come in, it's over. Crypto comes in and starts fucking abducting people from the demon world. That's how this goes down. I got it. That's the plot. I'm calling it now.
Maybe?
Look, man, we had demons and magic in the last one. It's got to be something different with sci-fi.
I could see, like, maybe aliens, but I don't know.
I don't have any fucking idea either. I'm just throwing shit at the wall that might work in the most extreme and crazy of circumstances.
I know.
Based on the story.
I know.
Do you? Do you really? You didn't sit down and read the manga.
No.
You got a shit ton on your list that you refuse to look at.
Or I don't have time to.
That's a lie.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a lie. I know you got time.
Yeah, I probably have more time than I think I do.
I don't know, man. I see you playing those dumb games. I've seen it. Gotta stop. You gotta put down that cookie clicker simulator.
Yeah, dude. I see you playing Adventure Capitalist.
Hey, I play that in the background while I play Fate Go.
Which you don't play enough anyway of either.
Yeah. Hey, I did beat the current event within not the first week, because it was still, story locked to the wall that everybody had to get through.
Which you refuse to do.
Hey, I was helping.
Get through the main story, man. Come on, speed it up.
Maybe I'll do that next week.
Yeah, sure. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, because I am on Mordred's storyline.
Okay, that one you might try to flash forward to. Through.
Yeah, Mordred is the best.
So you say. We'll see if you finish that story arc.
And this just came out, and I'm sure you and Arion probably heard of this by now, but the day after we recorded our last podcast for Bands Discuss Anime, Pokemon Gen 9 was announced.
Oh yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Because it seems real fast.
Wait, when was the last gen put out?
Technically the last gen was put out I want to say a year ago.
Oh wow.
Like last year.
Wait. Sword and Shield was 2021?
I want to say not 2021 but 2020.
Okay.
But that said, the Diamond Pearl remakes just came out last year.
Yeah.
Plus, Pokemon Legends Arceus had dropped also last year. Or early this year. I forget.
I think early this year.
Yeah. Like, I think it was actually like last month or something it dropped. Or January.
Actually, Pokemon Sword and Shield came out November 15th, 2019.
Fair enough, but you also have Legends that came out a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Which is a completely brand new thing and not a remake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it also looks like,
cool.
From what I saw of the trailers, it looks like they're building off of whatever Arceus was doing. It feels like it's real fast in this turnaround, and that makes me worried.
And don't most of the gens have a non-traditional RPG side story?
What do you mean by non-traditional?
I mean, like, they had Pokemon Battle Arena. Crap. Coliseum, was it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they've had that since, like, the Wii.
Oh, but...
I think the
Wii U.
Yeah, and then they had the Year of Pokemon.
I mean, unless you count, like, the weird fucking League of Legends Pokemon Unite thing that came out.
And then what's the one, like, Year of Pokemon, and you need to, like, save other Pokemon, like, battle
Mystery Dungeon, I think, is what you're talking about.
Thank you. So, it seems that...
There hasn't been a new one of those in a while, either.
So, yeah, it seems that every generation has a non-traditional Pokemon game.
I don't think so. At least not by the definition that you're giving it anyway.
Or that I'm trying to give it.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it's by generation by any means, right? Like, it has, like, you get into them and it has nothing to do with whatever the new region is. Yes, the new Pokemon are in there, or at least some of them, but it has absolutely nothing to do with it, like, taking place in the Sinnoh region for Gen 4, for instance.
But do one of them come out per generation? Or more?
Again, it depends on your definition. Like, if you're just saying a Pokemon game that's not from the main series, yeah, sure. There's usually something. Are they any good? That's on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's I don't know. I wouldn't say it's by generation that a new one comes out.
Okay, because they had Snap and Stadium, I just realized what it was, came out within, like, a few months of each other? Maybe a year?
I mean, technically, there was also, there was Pokemon Coliseum and the sequel to that, which was, I believe, XD Gale of Darkness.
Oh, so there was a Coliseum.
There was a Coliseum, but it was more like a traditional console version of, like, the Pokemon games.
Huh.
It was slightly different in that you were, I guess you could say, stealing Pokemon from trainers in that one.
What?
So the main plot of that one was, like, you used to be part of the evil team. You stole one of their, their prototype device, which was called, like, the Snag'em machine. That literally was, like, a piece of body armor you wore, like a breastplate that you wore, and then had an arm piece that came down across your arm.
Mm-hmm.
that allowed you to like empower, I guess, your Pokeball to steal a Pokemon.
Huh.
But you were doing it for good reasons, because the evil team was corrupting Pokemon and turning them into what they call Shadow Pokemon. So you were stealing them back and purifying them, all the while making your way through and taking out the evil team. I can't speak for XD Gale of Darkness, because I don't believe I played as much of that one. I don't think I ever owned that one. I think I always rented it when Blockbuster was still around.
Wait, how old's that? That game I never.
It was like GameCube era.
Really?
Yeah, it's old.
I don't think I ever played that.
Yeah, they were totally GameCube era games.
Damn.
So you're looking like early 2000s.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think those were the only like main console until Sword and Shield came out that were technically like the regular Pokemon RPGs, or as close to it as you got. But yeah, no, I would definitely not agree, at least with your definition of what you're talking about here.
Yeah, like, now that we're further discussing it, I'm like, I gave the crappiest definition.
Because, I mean, what's generally happening is just, oh, hey, we have Pokemon as a thing, let's slap it into, like, another type of game, right? Like, you had Pokken that was in there, which was basically like Pokemon Tekken.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's more of an arena fighter than like a 2D fighter, but yeah, that was a thing. Hell, that got ported to the Switch from the Wii U as well. But yeah, they totally have those ones if you would be interested in them at all, like as a thing. But they just slot it in. Like Pokemon Unite, which came out recently, is just League of Legends, but hey, pay us more money. as sucky as it is to say, because they do not have, last I had heard, a good in-game purchases. It is rife with that shit. And it sounds to me, from what I have heard, like you kind of got to pay in quite a bit to be competitive.
Really?
Yeah, like items are a big thing, and you can only really get them by either grinding really heavily or just paying the money.
So
that's weird.
Those are my two stories to share. Anything going on with you guys?
I don't think I have anything on my front.
I mentioned to Brandon during our streams that I had finished the Promised Neverland manga. Still, for those who didn't watch it or don't catch up when we actually post the YouTube video of that stream, I still have two problems with it. One, for those who have read it, Archduke Louis, or Louvis, depending on the translation you read, I have no idea why the fuck he turned around. I don't think there's a good enough explanation for that. And did his whole 180 between his time in Goldie Pond and then the time he finally shows up back at the very end. And my second one was, there's a point where, like, the base they get, which we do see in the anime, they find, like, a secret hideout that's underground, like a little bunker that they can live in. And in the anime, they get chased out by a bunch of gunmen, and they all manage to get away. In the manga, it's a bit different in that, one, two of the kids die, like the regular kids that came with them. I don't remember if they were from when they got back from Goldie Pond, or if it's from the kids that actually left. I don't think it's the kids that left with them from Gracefield. I think it was two Goldie Pond kids that died. But then you also have the two adults that escaped 13 years prior that are in there that sacrificed themselves for no reason, when you remember that there's a literal remote self-destruct switch. That thing was such a big plot point in getting the one dude to actually do something, instead of just, like, threatening them to, like, get the fuck out of the shelter.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you come back, and this whole thing is going on, and I'm just sitting there like, just use the remote detonator. What the fuck are you doing? Stop being a distraction and sacrificing yourselves for literally nothing, alright? If you want to be a distraction, fine, but you could just escape and use the remote detonator to kill the rest of those guys. It was a massive plot point, and you just forget it existed. We make fun of Araki here for forgetting things. I feel like that one is pretty big when it can completely alter the plot. and saved me like some pretty major characters up until that point.
Yeah, that reminds me of the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, that came out. I need to watch that. I've heard that's good.
Yeah, that's how I was watching that movie.
Yeah, just like the ending and my big rant about it.
Yeah. Josh, I watched it with my nephew, and he was like, none of this makes sense. The continuity issues don't make any sense.
Okay, maybe a tiny bit with that, but like I was saying during I forget what episode it was that we just saw it. I think it was one of the Miyazaki movies. But like just the big kind of plot hole at the ending, like, well, I consider it a plot hole, but I'm just like, how does this even work now?
It doesn't. That's why.
You didn't even see it.
You're right. I'm just making assumptions.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but was it the stinger you're talking about, Brandon?
No. The
Okay.
the final 5 minutes and the aftermath of what Peter did.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That makes me go, what? Why? How does this even work?
Yeah. Yeah, the ending just tore like the whole last act.
No, not even the last act. Like I'm talking about like the last 5 minutes.
I'm trying to be more vague.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too. Something crazy happens in a Marvel movie.
That's not a giant sky beam.
Definitely not giant space spiders for no reason.
But
Oh man, are we doing Wild Wild West again? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Where it's that fucking giant mechanical spider.
Wicked Wild.
Wicked Wild. Wild West.
Jim West, Desperado.
I don't remember if that's the actual name of the thing that I'm referencing here.
Oh.
But I remember there was like a movie with cowboys and a giant fucking
No, that was
spider.
Wild West.
Was it? Okay.
Wild
All right.
West. Yeah. They only made that movie because the guy who
He wanted a giant mechanical spider in it.
he just wanted a giant mechanical spider in a movie. Like, dude, that's how dumb Hollywood is. Back then, anyway. I mean,
back then,
Yes,
I
yeah, too.
don't know, man.
anything went back then.
I would argue anything goes right now.
Yeah,
Oh.
And if it doesn't, Disney buys it and makes it happen.
yeah.
But something that Disney will never buy. Today's anime.
Nice.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
That was
Wait, so you're saying Disney might buy this?
I mean, hey, people haven't touched Golden Boy in a while. It would not shock me if Disney's like, hey, let's step into the anime market. What's cheap? Oh, Golden Boy's a thing.
They wouldn't be able to do
any of this. Like, we won't have a line interpretation because this is one of his favorites.
Yeah, fond memories of laughing and
Of pubescent joy.
yes.
I remember reading about this in, I believe it was An America when it first came out on DVD. So, like, the title rang bells to me. I do also remember that it was kind of a raunchier anime, but I didn't know much past that.
I mean, let's put it this way. There's a lot of hormones going around in this.
And a lot of, toilet hugging?
Yeah.
A lot of hormones going around in this.
I heard that although this gets more than a little bit etchy at some points, I think it was past volume 2 of the manga. It just rides the border of hentai.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
the
you referenced the motorcycle scene. That should be enough to tell you.
Yeah.
I heard it
I
got
don't remember
worse.
there any. There was. There's not. I didn't get a chance to rewatch it. I only got to like watch bits, but there isn't any nudity in this, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember being nudity in it.
There's a lot of toplessness.
Oh wow.
Like
Yeah.
that is a thing that is there. There's
I
plenty
really
of
don't
toplessness.
remember. I really haven't watched it in a while.
So when was the last time you watched it?
Damn, I'm gonna have to say like probably like 15 years ago. No, I rewatched some of it maybe like 5 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, like more or less watched it like when I was a teenager, pretty much.
As I said, pubescent joy.
Yes.
Do you remember like who your favorite side girl or girl of the day was? Or like I don't want to say victim because like that because
I mean, you can say it. You can say it, man.
yeah, because they're all having some kind of social issue that they're dealing with, and he
Yeah.
needs to help them. So yeah, maybe victim would be a good choice.
Let's point out that half the time it's his fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think victim's appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah, I like. I think it's from the first episode, where he's working at the office as like when he's working as a janitor. The first episode.
Yeah, because he has
Like
he has no idea what the fuck a computer is.
Yeah, the manager or the president.
Mhm.
Met
Who
him.
looks like fucking My Valentine from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. That was the only. Hold on. I'm opening up IMDb. But yeah, because then the next episode, he still works for
No.
her.
No, he leaves at the end of the episode. He leaves at the end of every episode because he fucks up too much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was he was tutoring.
That was number 3.
I was gonna say that's 3, yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, that was number 2. Number 3 was the udon restaurant.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Number 4 was the swim coach. Number 5 was the motorcycle, and number 6 was the anime studio.
And the
Oh my god. Yeah,
motorcycle one, balls to the wall. That was probably my favorite, most memorable episode. Him
Gee, I wonder why.
Well,
Yeah.
him racing. First off, the race. It's I'll just be saying I like to read articles in Playboy. But no, dude, the race that he races the lady down the mountain.
And he has no brakes.
Yeah.
Like,
We should also point out that this is a boy who's apparently so smart he dropped out of college because he mastered everything already. To which I have to say,
something.
why the fuck? All right, didn't he just get the early graduation at that point?
Yeah, I don't know.
and just going back to all the victim of the day, I would say, and this may surprise you, Brandon, but Chie was my favorite.
Remind me who Chie was.
The girl at the anime studio.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
The sweetie one.
I know she seems the less tsundere out of all the girls,
Uh-huh.
but Chie was my favorite.
Uh-huh.
I found her to be cute.
I'm trying to think of what one I enjoyed the most. I'm trying to think like it. I don't want to say the motorcycle one, even though that was probably the most entertaining.
Yes?
I want to say no. It was the udon girl. I liked her the most.
Yeah, I found her plot to be pretty interesting.
I well, especially like Like the
plot.
weirdest part was like when she went out with her hair down. I'm like, you are a completely new character. Like you've dropped your braids. You look completely different. Who are you?
Oh, and little side thing here, I forget where I heard this recently, but do you know why Katara had hair loops?
Hair loopies?
Yes. There was a
Uh,
initial reason for doing that.
I don't know off the top of my head.
They thought it would be easier to animate than her with her hair down.
That would explain why there's almost no characters with long hair that stick around for a long period of time.
But at certain points, Katara loses her hair loopies and has her hair down.
At the end of the series, yeah. But I mean, it wasn't a consistent thing until like the final season when they were
Yeah.
in the Fire Nation.
And I'm just like, oh, that's...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially because I believe I'm not sure if Avatar was. No, it would have been in the era where they were doing the computer CG, but it still would have been fairly early on where they were doing the computer animation.
Yeah.
Hell, you want to talk about series that like have short hair because it's easier? What was that one game? It was a game about being a private eye in like the 40s. Oh man, I can't remember what it was, but because of the technology, they couldn't have long hair. Like they were scanning in people's faces.
Oh.
And because of that, long hair did not work.
Huh.
It was really fascinating to see how it was done because I don't think a game has ever been done again like that. But like, it was fascinating to hear some of the backgrounds behind that. 19. Let me see here. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Okay. And with this being only a 6-episode series, this was released as OVAs from October 1995 to June 1996.
That was it. It was L.A. Noire.
Ah.
That was the game.
Okay. So, one of the oldest animes we did? I know, no, Harlock Saga came out in 99, 2000, so yeah, this might be...
Really?
Yeah, this might be one of the oldest, if not the oldest anime we covered.
I thought we... Well, what about Dragon Ball?
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball, well, this was before you came on.
Oh, yeah,
when,
okay.
Yeah, when we were doing it with...
Well, hold on. What was the year for this one?
1995 to
95,
1996.
JoJo.
Yeah.
JoJo beats it.
Wait, when did the JoJo anime come on?
Technically the OVA would beat it for JoJo if we're gonna go with technicalities.
Okay, so yeah, so JoJo wins on a technicality?
Because I believe that was like 89, 90.
Really? I don't know.
I believe the
JoJo was that.
OVA was, yeah, for Stardust Crusaders.
Oh, wow.
Because when did the JoJo manga start? Like
1 year before Dragon Ball.
Yep, 1987.
Oh, I lie. 93 is when the OVA came out.
Ah, so still relatively about the same. Oh, there was a sequel manga to Golden Boy called Golden Boy 2 from September 2010 to May 2011.
Was he still studying?
I don't... Business Jump? What?
Kilbin.
So is Business Jump supposed to be for businessmen and like salarymen comics?
I mean,
Maybe.
that he is involved in businesses.
Okay.
That would work.
Huh. So, Ryan, what do you remember about? Do you remember, like, which one your favorite episode was?
I think he said the
Yeah, the
motorcycle.
motorcycle.
one.
Okay.
I think it was in the first episode. There's scenes that I remember. Pretty much every time he like accidentally assaults somebody by just being a clumsy idiot.
Is it really accidental when it happens so often?
I will
This
say
is
like
true.
10% of the time it's unintentional. Like he trips and accidentally gropes somebody as he's reaching
I don't
out.
know, man. That swimming one seemed pretty purposeful.
Yeah.
His eyes are on one thing and one thing alone.
Boobs.
No! Lower!
Oh, okay.
Do you not remember what happened during that race?
Oh yeah, that part.
Yeah!
Oh. Oh.
I would definitely say that one seemed a bit more purposeful.
Yeah? Oh no! My face went where it wasn't supposed to.
Yeah! He was so dead focused he didn't realize what he was doing, it seems like, but even then, I don't think that's an excuse.
And who swims as a race in the same lane?
That's also a
Yeah.
very good question, because it also leads to the idea of he still had ulterior motives that way, too.
Yeah.
I think it. See, I don't know. I feel like he's just horny all the time.
Well,
So his
he
brain
is,
gets clouded.
he is at
And
that
that's-
age.
He's 25.
Exactly. He's horny all the time. So
I mean, you could argue that he might have some kind of, like, mental disease that leads to this,
a
sure.
mental disorder.
Yeah, there might be a mental disorder in there.
He's just hyper focused.
Got a bit of what? You can argue it, but then there's points where he's like not even interested in that, like in the udon one. Like he's not even anywhere near that. Hell, you don't even get a boner joke in that one.
Huh.
There's the scene. I don't remember what episode it was, but the coffee gets knocked in on the.
That's why I like the
lady's
udon
shirt.
scene, udon one the most. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's because it's not overly pervy about it.
It needed a break. But yeah, when the coffee gets knocked on the girl's shirt, on like the
Mhm.
manager's shirt, I think.
So I'll clean it up without even realizing maybe he is realizing he's groping her.
I would go with yes, he does. He's fully aware of what he's doing.
So this makes me wonder how far the manga goes.
Yeah, because you don't have to censor as much there.
Is it constant nudity, or is it like borderline porn?
I mean, let's just say there's probably a lot more nips going on in that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a very funny show, though. I feel like it was very. I just remember it being. Funny.
It is definitely a show of the time. I do not know that you'd get away with it today at all.
Yeah, I could not see that flying in 2022.
I don't even think it would have flown in
Also,
like 2012.
Doesn't he just have a boner the entire swimming episode?
You know what? He does during the race. I'm pretty sure that's the implication.
He's just ruddering the whole time.
Literally, it's what's keeping him from like flipping over onto his back. It's keeping him straight and narrow.
But one part I didn't like was his obsession with toilets.
Oh yeah, didn't he? Oh yeah, he always like went after.
Hey, look, something else that wasn't in the udon episode.
Yes.
I forgot about that
yes.
too. Yeah, him freaking. Yeah.
I think that was in every episode except the udon one.
And I think the anime studio episode.
No, it was in that one.
Okay.
Remember, he walks in and then the boss walks in behind him, catching him doing it?
Maybe?
It was being done.
I'm sure there was another one that didn't have it.
Let me think. First one, it definitely happened.
Second one definitely happened.
Second one, it definitely happened. The second one was which one again?
What?
The second one was
tutor?
which? Was the tutor?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tutor.
Yep, that one definitely happened. The third one was the udon, in which I don't believe it happened.
The fourth one was the swimming.
That happened.
The fifth one was the motorcycle race.
It definitely happened. That's what got him kicked out of the fucking like servant job.
And number 6
Yeah.
was the anime studio.
In which he looked in the bathroom and then the boss caught him.
Okay, then I could have been wrong.
So the only one that didn't do it was the udon one. At least not that I remember. I will admit that I could be wrong. I don't remember it happening at all in that one.
I do find it funny how
I think it's also because he's the most selfless in that one. Like every other one, he's very selfish about himself and like trying to get with a girl.
yeah. And I did find it funny in the udon episode, the customer was complaining like, oh, these noodles aren't right. Oh, sorry sir, I'm still learning. And then by the end, once Kentaro leaves, these noodles don't taste right. Where's Kentaro?
Oh, wait, hold on. Did you watch the dub or the sub?
I watched the sub.
So the sub I watched said something a bit different. Or it's like it started off where when the guy first tastes his noodles, it's like noodles made by a young man just aren't that great, or like just don't taste the same, like they're not good. Whereas like when he leaves, it's like, wait, Kentaro's left? No wonder these noodles don't taste good. An old man made them.
So it's like he got used to the. Like, I was going to say it, but I'm like, that sounds so sexual, but this whole thing was sexual.
I was gonna say, do you realize what you're watching?
Yes, C-base is not sex.
I mean, from far as you know.
C-base is computer programming language.
As far as you know. I know a guy who knows C and C++. I'm sure he could turn it real sexual real fast.
Especially the C++.
Oh yeah, look, man. You got some plus sizes in there, let's just say that.
Patrick
For
about
a
well.
few different parts.
And I wonder how often in the manga all the girls come back to help.
Is he like always in a different city though? Like a new location?
He's traveling around. I don't know if it's always a different city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, he's on a bike and they're chasing him at the end of episode 6. You can't tell me that in like the 20 minutes between him leaving and them like flying out to find him that he's already gone.
Right.
Also, shouldn't they be fighting each other over him?
Oh yeah.
Wait, how does the last episode end? Like all the
There's a problem at the anime studio, so he recruits everybody from the past 5 episodes because of their expertise or what they do, and then they all like, oh, it's Kentaro! He helped me! Now I'm in love with him!
Yep, didn't take long, huh?
Nope.
It's just a Giga Chad.
Look, man, all you had to do was help him that one time, and now suddenly you're just head over heels.
Huh.
Huh, indeed.
No,
'Cause that's how it works.
Because I'm just looking at, since the original Golden Boy manga ended in 97, and Golden Boy 2, which only lasted like a year, was in 2010 to 2011, I was just thinking that's like a 13-year gap. But then again, going back to Zatch Bell 2, when did Zatch Bell end? Like 15, 20, maybe not 20 years, right?
What?
When
Like,
did,
what, how far ago?
yeah.
What is... It's 2022, maybe a decade?
Yeah, so probably it's not that weird for animes to come back. I mean, mangas come back after like 10, 12-year gaps.
I mean, look at Samurai Jack, and that's an American-made one.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's already started.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah,
Calling it now, aliens.
because it's because it's been like 3 weeks since we recorded the last one, so this was announced so long ago, so
Hmm.
and we're finally getting around to talking about it.
Because we're slow, and real life demands that we not do what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Literally every chance they can.
Real life
Yeah.
just wrenches its way into our fake 2D lives, and we hate it so much.
Uh, so I could see if they would have toned down the hentai-ishness of like the later
Yeah.
volumes of the manga, I could easily have seen this being a full 13, maybe not 26 episode season.
What was the season length at the time? Because I'm not 100% sure what that was. I don't know if it would have been the standards of today.
I'm not too sure.
Like that becomes the question, because like I said, I have no idea what those standards were. I don't believe they were the same.
Yeah, since this was released as an OVA.
And not even that, what was the regular length of an actual series at the time? I don't think it was like 12 to 13 or 26. I don't know if they even had like a standard at that point.
Then again, Evangelion, which came out in 1995, that was a 26 episode series.
Yeah, but that could have also been when it started doing that. Like they could have been one of the first that set that precedent.
Fair enough.
So, it's hard to say. I don't think you can really scale it at the same lengths that you would for nowadays
Yeah.
without knowing for sure.
But I could easily see them doing like 6 more adventures.
I mean, again, with the caveat that this would never happen nowadays, yeah, I could definitely see them having doing more. They have the setup for it. It's definitely episodic. Like nothing comes back to bite him until literally the last episode in this.
And at the point this was released, the manga was going on for 3 or 4 years. So they could have reached into the archives and pulled out like another 6 more stories.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have been that hard, honestly, to do that. It's a pretty simple plot.
Yeah.
Like there are points when Kentaro is selfless. The rescuing the Udon girl from the Yakuza heist, essentially, that was going to be going on.
And it seems that by the end of the episode, he's turned selfless from being like a pervert.
I don't think so.
Like him deleting all the data, people getting mad at him, and him reformatting their hard drives to make it better, and then him leaving without any gratification from it.
He was fired.
That's right.
He didn't leave for nothing. He was fired.
Then why did he reprogram all their computers?
Probably to make up for him fucking up. I'll give him that much. But it's still that situation of like, you caused this to begin with, so you're trying to make up for what you did, even though you've already been fired.
Isn't that selfless, though?
It's selfless, but that's because the door has already been shut on you getting your goddamn rocks off with this girl. Like, you can't forget that the whole reason he's there to begin with is to try to bang a woman that he finds attractive.
Yeah.
And once that door seems permanently shut, alright, fine, I guess I'll be nice now.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of, I don't know, I'm just like watching scenes of Silently on Silent.
There's plenty of hysterical animation in it. It's got some good animation for the time. It's really nice. Like the entire swimming scene where he's like trying to prove that he's good at swimming the first time is hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah. actually watched that and I saw that. I don't know if he was still swimming. He like stood up, but the swimming line looked like he was. It was animated like he was still swimming.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
Oh.
mean, yes, no, it totally is. Like the hysterical part is the fact that like even at the end he acts like a badass when he finally reaches the other end of the pool. And he's like, "How was my swimming?" And it's just like, the no, that was awful. That entire thing took you like 20 minutes. It's only 100-foot pool.
You know, I can go with that because I'm a bad swimmer too.
Like, go with what? That he was terrible, or
Yeah, like going with he's terrible, then like trying to be like, yeah, how is my swimming?
Great.
Yeah, I'm more of a splasher than a steady swimmer.
that's another thing where we differ then, because I'm a pretty damn good swimmer. What was it? There was a time, right, where we were out at the ocean and we got out too far. My parents and I.
Uh-huh.
They had like one of the rafts with them, one of those inflatable rafts. And the lifeguard literally had to come out to us, and I got so bored with how long it was taking, I literally just launched myself off and like swam back to the shore on my own.
Oh. Huh.
And I guess the lifeguard must have said after that, he's like, "Damn, he's a pretty good swimmer."
Yeah.
I enjoy swimming. I just don't have decent enough access to a pool to do it as often as I'd like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, there are some very legitimately hysterical moments that don't involve being perverted in any way. And there's one really good episode that has nothing to do with being a pervert. It's in fact stopping someone else from being a pervert and taking advantage.
Yeah, and how he went up to the Yakuza's girlfriend and made it appear that she was his girlfriend to keep the girl from
Finding out,
Yeah.
and then because what was it? The Yakuza dude basically said that if she finds out, he's gonna do something way worse.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, she's my girlfriend, and look, like he gets caught in the middle of trying to get them to stop, right, just to back off, and he's now trying to like make it look like something else completely to protect them.
And like in episode 2 where the tutor girl makes it seem like Katara raped her, he's like, yes, this is totally what happened. I'm in love with her. And
whose father, let's point out, is a corrupt politician.
And the girl's like, you idiot, what are you doing? You're like, why aren't you fighting me? Why aren't you fighting back?
Like, the thing is, this girl has done this on multiple occasions. It's told to us, right, that she's fucked with other guys like this. And just, like, manipulated them, thinking that she knew everything about how guys work. And then Kintaro comes along, and even though he's perverted, even though he's constantly being, I want to say tortured, like, psychologically tortured, technically.
Yes.
He's trying to help her in his own way, and you don't realize that until the end when she, like, steals his journal and starts reading it. And she realizes, like, she thinks he's been playing her instead and tries to get revenge. And then he's still selfless, right? Like, there are clear moments where he's hyper tempted in that. And I think maybe that might be why episode 2 might be my second favorite, is because of that.
See, he can be selfless.
He can be, but that doesn't change the fact that he's rubbing his face against the toilet.
By like episode 5, I'm just like, here we go again. Another toilet scene.
I'm sorry, man. Even in my teenage years, I don't think I'd be that fucking obsessed with a toilet.
He's a toilet file.
He's a toilet connoisseur, one might say.
And no, this is not me and my ologist joke. Like, I know there is something about having a fetish for toilets.
Yeah, they call those plumbers.
I don't think that's right. I've never seen any of them fight aliens. Deep cut joke.
Very deep
That's
cut.
another take 10 that we need to do at some point.
Maybe.
Oh boy. The question is which one?
Oh, yeah.
Because there are definitely some that are better than others in that series.
Franchise, more or less.
Yeah, at this point, may as well be. Hell, fuck it. We could probably. You know what? As much as I don't like spitballing in front of Orion with this, we could take, like, if we do a take 10, we could take a couple of episodes from each of the series and just be like, which one's better?
Maybe?
Like, that's an option. That might be interesting. Anyway, back to the actual reason we're here.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
now, since most of them were a bit tsundere, which one did you think I would have liked the best?
The swimming instructor. That's the first one that jumps into my head. It was going to be her.
Like, I would say, the tutor girl. She was, like, my second favorite.
You know what? That probably would have been my second choice.
Okay.
Would have been her. But my first one, like the minute you say that, the one that jumps into my head is the swimming instructor.
Yeah, I really didn't like her all that much. I mean, like, all these women were in for, like, one episode, so we didn't have that much development on them.
Yeah. You got a decent amount with the swimming instructor, and, like, you find out why she's super interested in swimming to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what makes it her passion, which is nice. That's a real nice character development moment.
Yeah.
It's also real nice to see that, like, in this series, you've got a bunch of women in charge of things that you probably wouldn't see at the time period for the most part.
Yeah.
But then they're used as sex bait for fucking Kintaro.
Yeah.
So any development they have is just strictly related to him getting to bone down. Or the potential of it happening, at least.
Yeah.
And I did kind of like the fact that he is also a little bit street smart in his things, like the way he was like, oh, this shortcut is dangerous, but it's going to be a huge shortcut. I'm going to take it.
Well, the other thing I will say, like, sorry, I'm jumping back on the selfless bandwagon for a second because I forgot about this until now.
That's fine.
Him literally giving up the money he got from the first girl to help pay off the Yakuza that were, like, attempting to extort the bike shop he took his bike to.
Yeah.
That was really nice of him, and there was nothing in it for him. There's a selfless deed. He didn't confront the Yakuza directly, but hey, he gave them the money to pay them off.
Besides, the one, doesn't he punch the one dude?
Well, yeah, that's in the one episode where he directly has to confront them because of a girl he may or may not want to bang down on. In that one's case, I don't think he was, especially because at the very end, she seems genuinely interested, and he's like, nah, you should give that to someone you actually love. In which case, I'm like, yeah, you can actually be a person, like a good person. And you can be in that point of not letting your lust control you.
Yeah. He just needs to go to, like, Sex Addict Anonymous or something.
Essay Anonymous.
Yeah.
You know,
It's only Spanish, guys.
It's Jesus Christ.
Essay Anonymous.
My mind was going there. I'm just like, is that a pun? It's a pun! Yes!
Orion, don't encourage him.
No! Puns! Puns are amazing!
Stop encouraging him, Orion.
There will be a near amount of pun compilation video.
No, the worst. Why would you do this?
Yeah, like, this was pretty good. I don't know if the writer of the manga, no.
Is the writer still around, or did he pass?
The writer is still around. He's 61.
What's he been doing lately?
Um,
What's his recent stuff?
if the manga works on Wikipedia are in order, which they don't have dates, so I'm not too sure, but Golden Boy 2 is his most recent thing.
Oh, and that was only how long ago was that again?
2011.
Oh wow, what was the one prior to that?
The Tale of Genji, which
Oh, he
which
reworked that old story. Okay.
yeah. So, there's a lot of red links on English Wikipedia. So maybe on Japanese Wikipedia they would have a lot more about all of his works.
Maybe.
Uh,
Seems weird that he would kind of disappear like that. Because a lot of the stuff, I shouldn't say disappear, but like that he's not been more prominent, let's say.
yeah.
Because I know Golden Boy has like it's become a cult classic series, like in the meantime.
According to Japanese Wikipedia, and this is the Google translated title, but a letter to myself at the age of 16 in the life of oblivion. That was in 2016.
That doesn't, huh?
But
That sounds like more of like a little biography rather than anything else.
but that was not on the English Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to be the last thing he published.
Interesting.
Again, there's a lot of stuff here on even Japanese Wikipedia that doesn't have dates on, but from the way they're listed, it seems that they're in order.
Mm-hmm. All right. I was just curious what he had done since, and if anything like stuck out to me that I wasn't aware of.
What? He also worked on video games as a character designer?
Which ones?
Again, Japanese translation titles, but God, hearing a voice calling to wake up, and Adventure Diary.
Nope, never heard of him.
Mm-mm.
How about Holy Umbrella Dodera's Reckless?
Nope.
So those he worked on character designers for that video work. Oh, that's right. He voiced himself in episode 6.
I had a feeling he had his self-insert in there. I didn't like look at the names to see if that was the case, but I had this feeling. Because I'm like, this feels like a complaint about his actual job more than anything else. Because when you first get there, they're explaining how it works, and it's like, well, they're sleeping under their desks and shit. It's kind of garbage.
Yeah, and then the creator
Was he the guy good at drawing like naked ladies?
and then the creator of the manga, they would turn it into an anime, comes in and is voiced by the creator of Golden Boy.
Oh, okay, so that's the one. All right, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if it was the animator that was good at drawing like naked women. That was the one or not.
No. At
Christ.
least from what I scan read. I just think that when like animators do self inserts like that, like, hey, I'm gonna be a character in my own anime.
It depends on how it's done. It can be done well, and in this case, I think it was done decently enough. And in other ones, it can be really, really bad and tasteless.
Yeah.
Like in this case, the character doesn't stick around too long to be obnoxious and like take the spotlight away, or do something awful like the cough cough Powerpuff Girls remake one.
Craig McCracken.
No, the new Powerpuff Girls that Craig has nothing to do with.
There's a lot of self inserts in that.
There is a very disgusting self-insert in that one, in which whoever, I forget if it's the director or who it is specifically, has a fucking weird ass relationship with Blossom, for what I understand.
Are they aged up at all?
Nope. He's aged down.
Oh.
It seems very creepy.
I was kind of wondering if this was like a Powerpuff Girls Z type thing.
Nope.
Huh.
Powerpuff Girls 2016. I'm pretty sure it was 2016 where they came back. It doesn't look good either. The animation isn't pretty, and the new style that they used isn't that good. There was a lot of complaints about it.
Oh. So I guess that's all we have to say about Golden Boy?
I mean, it sounds like it. Like, outside of just outlining each and every fucking story.
Yeah. Thanks for recommending this, Arion. We will dive back into your list eventually.
Okay.
And
We're too nice to him. We're never gonna do this again. Big mistake. Big mistake.
I think the other ones are nothing like this one.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. And next time we will be dealing with lots of customer complaints.
Complaints or recommendations? Or not recommendations, but requests.
Maybe a little bit of both. So...
I hope you like books.
And skeletons.
Okay,
so until then, catch everybody later.
Bye.
See you.